and pressing about it would require a charm roll, because this is the kind of thing that you can observe without anybody telling you anything.
Yeah.
Your charm sucks, by the way.
Yeah, yes it does. I am a very blunt man. I have some wits, so
Oh, good. Yeah.
so I'm gonna just take the lay of the land for a few days and then start to. They have shown interest in my axe, so I will gather a few who's interested and just show them.
Do some drills, yeah.
Do some drills.
Yeah. Okay.
Teach them if they are interested, of course.
Yeah. Axe fighting is something that they know, but not this kind, and
exactly.
not that well, not as well. They are all spear oriented, and so.
And I mean, I'm good with the spear as well, so I can teach them a few
absolutely
maneuvers.
Yeah, this is actually just for a little atmosphere. It's shield work, as you may know. Okay, first of all, the culture uses a pretty big shield, and it's throwaway technology. A shield just is done at the end of a battle. It's beat up at the end of a fight. The shield's crap. And you have a kite shield. Is that correct? They have not seen a kite shield before. Kite shields are optimized for horseback. But they are pretty good in general as well. And they can turn much more easily. You can use them in turning much more easily because it's a point and it's curved. So you are coming. Enskar is a pretty interesting person as far as the fighters in the area are concerned. They're like, you got cool shit. So but anybody with the flat round shield or with this, using the shield to deflect and reposition yourself relative to the other person, that's the art. Actually turning where they go because of where you have directed them with the shield. Using it with your whole body, right? Not just like blocking with it. And also its edge is no joke, right? The edge of feeding it to a person, is a big part of fight. Using your weight with a big character like yours, using your weight to lean into it, and like jostle the other person, right? And get them, and then you hit with the axe. All of these things are what people are really good at with shields. It is not just, a damage sword.
So I start to show, and if the interest is great, I'm gonna start to teach them, gain their trust.
That is a charm roll, but you're doing a pretty good job at it. Let's take a look first at the wits.
Yes, I have 5 in wits.
What you're doing is picking up aspects of the region.
Yeah.
That's important. So what's dangerous about it? So go ahead and roll the 2 dice, and add your wits to see where we get.
Ooh, 9.
9 is the total, even with the plus?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say that the area is geographically not so good for you to pick up exactly where the most dangerous areas are. No. You're not going to have, if you were alone in these areas, you'd get lost. Yeah, you're not picking up the region as well as you should.
Must have been the hashish.
Yeah, that's right. Some of it got around after that. Someone kept a little and said, hey, the priest. So how about you? I'm sorry we're going a little slow, but things will pick up after we have positioned everybody, I think. So
I've started more and more in the past years to seek out the people who have lived or who are older, who have been around for a while. So I'm very curious to know, what's the name of the place again?
Ninun.
Ninun's kind of story, because it's after the war that people settled here, so this is fairly recent, right? Is it 20 years or something?
Oh, much less than that.
Okay, 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm already forming some ideas for a song about the people who came here first, and their kind of trials and how they, trying to mix something together there, maybe to sing a week or 2 after I've arrived. So yeah, I'm seeking out some of the people who came out originally, trying to get them to talk, and sharing, because I guess, they all know that we're magic users, right? We're certainly still.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I don't want to focus so much about that. I usually don't focus on that at the beginning, but maybe focus on, just how the war, because these are all refugees, so how the war, and I am as well, so how the wars, the stories that I've heard and kind of trying to tell
Excellent.
something and listen.
There is an old fellow named Sigismund, who
Sigismund.
is a very much exactly what you have described. He's an original inhabitant, lived through the whole thing, and is a sailor, and was a fighting man, a raider and protector of the area when he was young. And the culture is not exactly reverent toward the old. They are respected, especially on a very personal level. But when you get a little too old, well, you sleep a little farther from the fire, if you see what I mean. And so so he's kind of getting to that point. And he does live in kind of a little set of little huts a little further away that look much older than the rebuilt areas. His grandson has returned to the area recently, and his name is Helm. And Sigismund is happy to see you. He is not like wretched and old. He's not hobbling out on a stick, but he's definitely more. He's if you last a while in the Crescent Line, you were probably a pretty healthy person. If you get past 45 or 50, you are notably, stringy and and durable. Then you will hit that point where you start to age very fast. He has just hit that point, so he is kind of frail now.
Would he know who I am, or will he heard my songs?
He might. That's not really something we can. Your character does have a strong reputation. Songs, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I guess he wouldn't recognize me, but
right.
Okay, well, it's not. That doesn't matter too much. I guess I try to. I try to kind of just ask about the land, ask about the basic stuff.
Let's clarify one or two things. You're staying in the holdings of somebody who's well regarded in the community named Arnold.
All right. Yeah.
You have not met Arnold. Okay. And it has been days.
Huh.
I mean, people who live there and tend the chickens and things, they've taken care of you, but you were sort of expecting to sing for Arnold and his friends, and what the hell, right?
Working on those songs.
Yeah, so that's just to let you know.
Okay. But I make sure to kind of praise Arnold because his hospitality and everything that he's given me. The land must be in some way at least fruitful. And
Go ahead and roll the two dice and add your charm, and naturally I forgot to have you do that as well. So 2 dice plus your charm.
To start with Natalie.
I'm retconning to what you told me you were doing because I forgot to have a roll.
Oh.
You asking you for the roll reminded me that I should have asked you.
So I'm gonna roll.
Yes. With a +4 or whatever it is.
3. Yes. But
it's 12.
No, it's 11.
11.
Yeah.
Don't you have 4? No, you have 3.
Yeah. Too bad. You might have done okay with Ua. Oh wait, you were with Ua. You might have done pretty well with one person. But word is still they're still not so sure about you. You're a little bit exotic, and you were rude at least once.
Yeah, I'm very blunt.
Yeah. So maybe you like during that training or something, maybe somebody screwed up and you like ripped them a new one, or something like that. So the point is that you cannot count on social support from these people. Right. Whereas when you make your roll with that insane charm you have,
9.
Yeah, which is
what?
Yeah.
I only rolled 3 though.
Yeah, so you really in this game it's very clear cut. There are no degrees of success and failure.
Okay.
Exactly what happens is completely situational depending on what is being done. So okay. Now that we have just to clarify a little bit more, you are going to be talking with Sigismund. You've done a fine job. He will tell you all about these things. And he will, you're getting a really good idea of the history here. So you can ask me anything you want about that.
Yeah.
Only that, let's see. I guess, yeah, we're going to have to meet Helm. This is going
Yeah,
to be
because I
interesting.
want. Does he want his grandson to come back? He said this is a place for
Right.
his grandson, for his children again.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he was happy that his grandson moved away. He went and he is now a shaper of things, a craftsman. He did well, and he says, well, of course I'm happy to see him, but he is not. That charm role, you've got a good insight into what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's not great.
This is not the place for
right.
him.
And well, especially when the Helm now appears.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And he arrives and he is bringing some supplies that
he arrives for the first time.
Well, not for the first time here, but he has arrived already.
Yeah.
But he is he's been out on an errand.
Yeah.
And he returns, and he's a well set up, very erect, very good posture, young guy. He has an emblem. That's a common thing, by the way, in the culture, is to have an emblem here of some kind, which denotes, professional level skill in craft. He can make some, mostly woodwork. He will make good work, right? Is the promise on his emblem. And he's wearing better clothes than most of the working people you have seen.
Yeah.
And he arrives, he gives you one look. Says, welcome to my grandfather's home, in a kind of question.
I address him politely. I don't know, like master woodworker or whatever would say. Thank you for that. And I say, I think I'm sharing kind of just some surface details about the land to kind of, how do I say this? Trying to ask him what he feels. Oh, that's a bit too early. Just like understanding that he's moving to this beautiful place, beautiful,
He's perfectly happy to tell you.
Yeah.
He says, I know what needs to be done here, and I mean to do it. And then he shuts his mouth.
I think I'm going to continue
what's
that.
the sum of your attributes?
The sum of all my attributes?
Yeah.
10 plus 8, 18 plus 9, 27.
Right. You are one of the highest in the circle.
Yes.
The lowest, you have the lowest of the circle of all these characters made on Scar, which is why you got a gift to start.
Oh.
Right. So, let's see here. Okay. That was necessary for my preparation.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you are looking at somebody who strikes you as an extremely determined and
absolutely
forceful person.
Yeah.
And it has no weapons. Everybody has like a little craft knife at all times.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not a weapon carrying culture. For example, you are not, all your stuff, your mail, everything, it's in a box. It's in a wagon that has been pulled up somewhere or with you personally, but just put away in your house wherever you were staying. It's not like you were walking around with all your stuff. All right, everybody, we've got a pretty good start here. Let's see this. We're getting to the point where you could probably communicate with one another, get some idea of where you want to go with things in terms of the actions you would like to take or check out. Let's see, I'm going to check on, ooh, okay. You had to go and walk into this area. I am sorry to say. Roll your wits.
All of us? Or
No, just you. I'm sorry to
Okay.
say, yes.
I have 8 in wits.
Oh, that's pretty good.
3, so
Wow,
Yeah.
you and your threes.
yeah.
Okay,
Dice jail.
yeah. The whole area of Sigismund, as you have been interacting, and particularly after Helm came in, the perspectives change. Things that were close seem a little farther than they were. things that were far seem closer, angles seem different than they were, and illumination is not, you realize that illumination is not coming from the light sources, it's coming from other places. The shadows are wrong, and if you have been sort of stepped out into the yard, or at least were leaving, or came out when Helm came in, the relation of the dwelling to the horizon shifts. It's I mean, the ocean is over there, and the ocean seems very far. You know, it's that has just been this upon that failure of the wits roll increases. Remember how I said that Helm has this presence?
Yeah.
That presence seems more direct. He seems more sharply outlined than anything else.
Yeah.
And so this surrealistic effect is starting to really get to you.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at my rules for this precise effect, which
I've been here before, right? Like
to this.
This is not something new to me. I mean, I've fought against magicians
Oh, I see
of
what
all
you mean.
kinds,
Right,
and,
right. Well, a couple of things. We will examine this in just a moment. We are moving into, that's the combat thing. That's, yes, here's where I go. Charm rules. Panels. So what you're up against here is a formal dangerous location, and you have sadly failed against it. So at this point, Helm is going to throw you out, is going to lay hands upon you, say, get out of here, leave my grandfather alone, don't get in my way. And so therefore we are going to move into that interaction. When this
because if I understand correctly, like from my perspective, he has shown to me that he's a magic user.
I see. I would say that is
Right.
not the case.
Okay.
There is some influence, and it's not Nirvaja. You were aware of an Nirvaja problem here.
Yeah.
This is the stink of Amorion.
Okay.
This is a whole different thing, particularly when his lip lifts, he puts out his hand, says one word in the shocking syllables of magic. Just this shocking, horrific syllables of magic. Shakes his hand, and there's a sword in it. Like an actual sword. And is going to, using it as a threat, is going to get you out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is magic at work here. Exactly how it manifests, who did it, or what, that you don't know.
Okay, because I'm just thinking about how I react. Like one part of me is a soldier from many wars and seeing kind of maybe what I was fighting against. But another part of me is maybe understanding that this community, usually a community would really punish Helm.
Particularly this one.
Yeah,
Yes.
for doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
and he's a newcomer back. He's back here. So yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So
well, my question right now is, what are you going to do? The physical circumstances is this yard.
Yeah.
But the physicality of the yard is not. You are disoriented. That witch roll was bad news. You are disoriented. It is not your place. You are, it's and so therefore.
No, I think you know what we're called the circle, and I need my comrades. So
you do, but right now you're in a fight.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, let's see. What is your quickness?
It is 4.
Okay. So at this point, it's easier to learn when there are more people involved. But you are on a clock.
Yeah.
He is at 3 o'clock. You are just before it, about 2 o'clock.
Okay.